giving them a lot of credit for the Cincinnati and Denver wins?
No, that's the thing. Yeah, that's why the books weren't going to give Indy too many points in this game because of the fact that they covered their last three, and they were underdogs in. They were underdogs in the last game. So, it'll be interesting, to see how Luck handles this New England crowd and this New England defense in a big game. This is Andrew Luck's biggest game of his career. So, it'll be interesting to see how this offense reacts to it.
As far as, over under right now, it's at 54 for this game. Agree, disagree, and what are you going to take?
54 is definitely a fair line. Both teams, but they're very similar. Like to throw the ball. Fairly average run game. Fairly average defense. So 54 is that's around the right number. I would line it as. Once again, though, as I mentioned, weather is going to be a factor. Freezing rain, possibly turning into some sleet. I don't know if the winds are going to pick up. I have to look closer to kickoff at how the weather pattern goes. But rain is in the forecast, so looking at that, I would, like I said, at 54 is a bit high. But these two teams have to throw the ball around to score, so it's a fair number. But I would lean with the under.
Don't you think it's unfair that we get a Indy, New England title game without snow, without weather playing a factor?
No, I think it's good because now we'll get to see. That was always the issue when it was Peyton Manning's Colts going into Foxborough. He can't play in the cold weather, and the fact that Indy playing in the dome. I think it'd be nice that it'd be nice to see a game. This time of year, you don't want weather to be a factor in the contest as a fan. You want to see two teams play in ideal conditions so we can see the best team win. But you have to take those, weather's a big factor, so you have to take into consideration, especially on the betting end. So I'm glad there's no snow in the forecast because I think that would definitely make this a boring game, considering how two teams play their styles. So, but the rain will make things an issue, especially if, like I said, that ball gets slippery, the winds pick up. So it'll be interesting to see how Luck reacts to that change because we've seen Brady perform in bad weather. He can win in it, but we don't really know what Andrew Luck can do in really inclement weather for the most part.
Do you think the love for Andrew Luck is deserved too much or not emphasized enough?
Oh, it's deserved for sure. This guy, he's an elite quarterback in my book. He hasn't, like I said, if he can win this game, he cements himself as an elite quarterback in this league. For now, I'm not saying he's the next Peyton Manning or anything like that, but I don't, and even all time, I don't think he's going to be in the all-time conversation of best quarterbacks, but he's one of the best in the league right now, and it is very deserving. This guy is truly talented. So,
do you think the reason I've made this argument a couple times, but with Peyton Manning, he's so precise and so into, everything has to be calculated. The reason he hasn't won 4 or 5 Super Bowls, or even 2, is because he doesn't have the, not that he doesn't have the balls, but he doesn't have the, he doesn't take risks when, he's going for, he never plays, like a gambler plays or anything like he never has the balls to do anything. And with Andrew Luck, he has the balls to, make that gutsy throw. And those are the type of quarterbacks that win 2 or 3 championships.
No, I agree. Everybody always says that, Peyton Manning doesn't have killer instinct. Like I said, he doesn't have that gunslinger mentality like, we saw quarterbacks in the 90s. The Steve Youngs, the Brett Favres, the Troy Aikmans, those guys were, they had that killer instinct when it was needed. And Peyton Manning, he's a slower, more methodical quarterback, which is great for a regular season. But in the playoffs, you got to have some fight or flight in you. And, you know, it's proven that Peyton Manning he hasn't shown that much. You know, I mean, you have to give him props for playing with this injury that he's had, you know, the last several games of the season. Like they said, he had it, you know, since before the postseason. So, you know, he understands that he's at the end of the line and that he's not going to have too many more shots at winning a title. So some of that is kicking in now, but I think, when it's all said and done, the reason why, you know, I won't say Peyton Manning is the best quarterback of all time is because, he didn't have that killer instinct proven when he needed it. And, you know, you look at the one Super Bowl he won, he played a good game, but it was really because the Bears decided to play a, very mediocre quarterback in that game, and that's pretty much what gave the Colts their first, the title. So, who knows? Maybe we talk about Peyton Manning not having any titles at all if, the Bears had done something differently in the Super Bowl.
Well, last thing before I let you go, do you want to tell everybody where we can find you on Twitter, the internets, all that good stuff?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at AXSmithSports. I have my site, axsmithsports.com. I'll have my Super Bowl package up about a couple of days after the lines come out. I will have some props and my side and total on that game. Usually a fairly priced package, so even if you're just casual better who wants to look at a couple of props or make a play on the game, I'll have that package available for everybody on that site. I'm also at VegasInsider.com and KellyInVegas.com. I've been doing a couple of videos, me and Kelly breaking down some NHL games and college basketball stuff. So I know we'll have some more video content up on that site, and all of that is also on my own website too. So, and then like I said, find me on Twitter, AXSmithSports.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Alex. Always a good time. Sorry for the technical difficulties at the beginning. By technical, I mean me not figuring out how to use Skype. And we'll talk again. Okay.
Soon. All right. Yeah, sounds good. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the games.
All right. Later. And we will be right back here on LateNightSportsRadio.com.
Baby, you're a mystery. Tell me what's a girl gotta do. Looking at the history doesn't seem to give any clue. Just when I think I understand it all, you seem to unravel some more. Ooh, la, 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 ooh, I never know nobody like you. Ooh, la, 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 ooh, now I know you're down the neck. Ooh, la, 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 oh. Yeah, you keep me guessing on confessing now, well, baby, it's true. I never know nobody like you. Baby, you're an enigma. Baby, you're a riddle. I'm caught up in the middle of you. I'm trying to think bigger, but I can't seem to figure it through. I wanna make it better, but now I'm scared of looking a fool. Oh, baby, no, I've never been very good at playing it cool. Just when I think I understand it all, I find I know nothing at all. Ooh, I never know nobody like you. Ooh, now I know
Who the hell can wait till morning? Talk now at latenightsportsradio.com.
Welcome back to the Bob Sullivan Show here on latenightsportsradio.com. Hour number 2, I am joined by Seth Klein from Razzball.com and rankings architect at fantasypros.com. Seth, how are you doing today?
I'm doing